everyone, and welcome back here for some more Kerbal Space Program ASMR. We got ourselves about 20 plus something mission here. We're gonna be going to the surface of Minmus finally. I do definitely apologize about the absence. I'm pre-recorded a couple episodes over the week, so I've got about 3 ready to release. So we're gonna have some episodes coming out here, and hopefully in the time that I release those I can get some others recorded and get on a more regular schedule of posting every single week some of these videos and what we're doing. But currently I'm constructing a 2-in-1 shuttle this time around for the landing, very much Apollo-like, where we're already going to be together. We don't have to rendezvous over the surface of Kerbal, so we'll be able to launch, get into orbit, and dock and fly ourselves to Minmus and land. Here we are, already on the takeoff. I do believe it's possible maybe that I have a failure here with the first takeoff, but maybe the first time I do nail it. And I want to mention as well that I've been watching another YouTuber guy that makes kind of funny videos on Kerbal Space Program. I forgot his name exactly, but it's JSA. J is like his name probably, and then the SA is Space Agency. But he's got some really nice mods that really enhance everything. I mean, I have an RTX 5090 in my PC here, so I can probably handle any kind of crazy visual mod, so I would really appreciate it. I don't know if anyone has any idea of some good mods that are insane, but check that out. We got some crazy oscillation going on in the spacecraft currently. It's not too professionally designed, I guess. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I guess maybe I needed more struts or something like that. I'm not sure. But we're going to extend some solar panels, and as we're floating here above Kerbal, I just want to make sure you're having a good day today, and I appreciate you for watching and whatnot. But yeah, hopefully you can enjoy your time watching this video, and we can chill and just play some Kerbal Space Program. I know how the video ends here, and it's got a bit of a wild ending coming up at the end here. Just some little pre-warning, just so you guys know. But here we are, absolutely mobbing above the surface of Kerbal, going extremely fast, getting to our burn point where we're gonna burn and get our rendezvous set with Minmus. Shouldn't really, it doesn't take all too much Delta V. I think we can do it all in this lower stage, or maybe it's all done in this lower stage. So we had, a pretty good abundance of Delta V on the ship, and that was really, really nice to have. It's good to have too much. I've heard a lot of things about landing on Minmus. It's a lot easier than landing on the surface of the moon. As we get a sunrise here on the surface, from the surface of Kerbal in space, but it definitely was a lot easier. It's very, very smooth landscape to land on. Very, very nice, and just got a weird graphical update right there. It looked like blocking the sun with some solar panel action, and we're going to be on our way. I'm going to get a couple shots here of just looking back at Kerbal. We're getting some separation, actually. That's right. We're losing the lower half, and this is when I realized we have some weird coupling thing going on here. We are decoupled, but like the fairing isn't going away. So I got kind of concerned here. This wasn't something that we had practiced, so we ran into an issue here. I wasn't sure if that was invisible or if it's something we can run into. So I end up taking one of the Kerbins for an EVA here just to see what we're dealing with. I mean, we could dock if it was physical, but as you can see, it is actually invisible. We can go right through it. So it appears it will essentially be a non-issue. And I do believe it ends up disappearing maybe at some point. Yeah, once we couple here or dock, it separates on its own fairly quickly here after the docking. But we are doing, the docking and whatnot pretty late. We used all the delta V we could from that other stage, so it only makes sense. And that stage is going to get launched into an orbit around the sun. And we do have ourselves a successful dock. And we're going to go ahead and try to get away from that as we fast forward. Of course, we have all of our comms sats everywhere. We have very good connection to our boys over at Houston. And we have a perfect lineup here with Kerbin, the home planet, taking a look back at it. And then the surface of the moon, you can very faintly see it's so small. This stuff's about 10 times smaller than what it is in real life as well, the scale. At least from my understanding, that's the case. Now we're getting our retrograde burn done to get into an orbit around Minmus. It's kind of a weird orbit. I believe it's in the opposite direction than any normal orbit. It's very longitudinal or something originally, but we get it kind of dialed in a little bit better, so it's easier to rendezvous over the surface of Minmus when it's time to go home. But we are probably likely going to build a base on the surface of Minmus as well, and I'm gonna need likely some assistance with it. I'm not sure. I know you need quite a few things to actually extract fuel from the ground. I know it's possible. I'm not really sure how to do it, what to look for, how to set it up. So I'm going to have to learn how to do that, or maybe I'm going to have to go live, do a live stream and check it out. But as you can see there, I just had to do a quick save and load it back. The texture of the moon wasn't actually loading briefly there. It was not loading. It was not loading. We've now got separation from the main vessel. We got our two Kerbals ready to initiate landing. We're going to be flying over the surface of Minmus here, taking a good look at its features, its rocky, mountainous features. We will be landing, of course, on the ice, the lakes, the frozen lakes, frozen oceans, whatever they may be on the surface. Very flat, very, very easy to land on. And unlike the moon, Minmus is not tidally locked. The moon is tidally locked, facing one side facing Kerbin at all times. This Johnson rotates. I think, yeah, it rotates. So it has a moonrise, an earthrise, a sunrise. It's got it all on this John. It would be really crazy to see a complete eclipse, actually. I didn't even think of that. That's probably possible. But we are coming in for a decent landing here. Throwing on our thrusters, getting it aimed down. Gonna be a nice, easy descent to the surface as you go real time here. Boom. Look how flat that is. Just some rolling mountains in the background. Kind of doing some rotation here, getting ourselves oriented. And we're going to go ahead and set up to do an EVA. Get our solar panels rolling. Gonna walk on the surface here, plant a flag. Because, I mean, this looks like a good enough spot to me for a base. I might have to use the curb net maybe to find out where some ore and whatnot is to, you know, get that going for us. Get the fuel making it, because I think that's how you do it, right? You use the curb net access from the satellite that's in a polar orbit, and then through that you can locate ore. I'm kind of guessing, and I'm just not really sure what tools you need. I know you need more than just the drill, you know, from watching other guys, but I wasn't following too closely. Maybe I just need to figure it out on my own, I guess. Really, it's gonna be the best way. But fast forwarding it, we're doing some tests here to see if this vessel can last at nighttime. We're also trying to see if I can visually see the ship in orbit. You know, couldn't really quite see it, but now we're looking at the Earthrise here from Minmus. Look how far away it is. Such a large distance. That is where the crew came from, and there's the moon. We've been there. So far, it's been an extremely successful mission. We're switching over to the orbiter, trying to see if we can see the base from orbit, and you can't really see it. I got the lights on down there, just a little too far away. Once we build a big base, we should probably be able to see it. So, see if there's some mods. I want to get crazy with some mods, I really do, but I just don't know. I'll have to watch some videos on it, figure it out. But getting ready to go ahead and start our rendezvous. That was the last little section of science and discovery that we needed to get done on the surface for future missions. Next time we're probably going to be bringing a rover on the next Minmus mission. As far as the next mission we do, I think we're going to try to send a satellite to an outer planet, which I have never done before. I have thousands of hours in Kerbal Space Program, and I've never visited outside of just, you know, Kerbin, the moon, and Minmus. Without using cheats and stuff, of course. I mean, I've been to all the planets, you know, in the game, but just using like the Alt F12 cheats. So far in this total gameplay, I haven't cheated whatsoever. I like playing it this way. This is a lot of fun, and I have a lot to learn with sending something to, whether it be Duna or Eve, because I'm pretty sure with the place we're going to is going to be Eve. At least like the next transfer window that we're going to have to go there, set a satellite there to try to orbit. And it's going to be extremely difficult, and I'm pretty I just make so many errors, and just it doesn't go well. It does not go well. I'm all over the place with it, and I'm sure I didn't pick the right fuel and the right engine and stuff, and I got really close. But these guys are now rendezvoused back over the surface of Minmus. It's very, very amazing. We're trying to get some fuel back on board as much as we can, get some Delta V going on here. And we've got the crew transferred, get the separation. That lander will now orbit Minmus forever. It's possible maybe one day we'll rendezvous back with it and land it, and then maybe make it a museum. Something like that in the future. Who knows? Maybe we'll rendezvous with it and bring it back home. You know, I think there's some way I can attach parachutes to it. I really don't remember. I think in a future episode here, I tried to take the engineer out and attach something to the ship, and I just couldn't figure out how in the world to do it. It's pretty embarrassing, but okay. All right. Here's a pre-warning for everyone. Trigger warning here. Something something's about to happen with the crew. All right. Something's about to happen here, but we're getting our way home. The crew's prepared for re-entry. Looks like we're about just a day or two out from re-entry, and we are going to be hauling the mail. Absolutely hauling the mail. And let me tell you, it's the Kraken. Okay? It's the Kerbal Space Program Kraken that gets us here. And by the Kraken, I mean, the Kraken's not really around anymore. I'm more talking about, it's just, I was using the fast forward keys for too long. So, oh boy, getting ready for re-entry. Boys locking in, getting ready to hit some big G-forces here. It's going to be a really beautiful, bright re-entry at night here. Oh, that's right. We do the whole separation, and it wasn't enough. So, these guys are on their own, and they end up spending weeks, months out here just trying to re-enter the atmosphere. And I was so afraid of getting a rendezvous with the moon on accident and being launched somewhere, but so fortunately that didn't happen. However, I do believe on this orbit, one of these orbits here, I do an EVA and do a retro burn. Finally, might be this one here, yeah. Get an EVA going on, and we are going home this time. We are slowing this thing down, and oh man, this is when it goes down, dude. Here we go. Yeah, we were going the wrong way the first time. I figured it out. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Kerbin. It's all lit up. We are between it and the sun perfectly. But just getting our retrograde burn done. This is about to be devastating. And we're still going to hit the re-entry on the dark side. Here we go. I'm not sure if we do re-enter this time. We might do another orbit. But I think we do re-enter. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh, we are hitting the G's. Look at that. I do have a really nice mod here for re-entry. It makes it look very, very beautiful. Very, very good. I do remember kind of being concerned about the plate there, the life of the plate. We've gone through the atmosphere so many times. However, that is not going to be today's issue with re-entry. It's very, very good. Hitting some decent G-forces. Got like a couple women on board and a guy with a mustache and a goatee type thing. Very large information. Another free falling through the sky. We got the parachutes out. Everything seems great. It's very dark. I'm not paying attention to the altitude. Okay? All right. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. This is it. I'm speeding up in the top left. And I sat there for a while. I couldn't believe my own eyes. So, when this happens, and we lose a crew, we are going to send a ship into deep space. Alright, that is what we're doing here. I am making a ship, an empty ship. No one will be on board. It's going to be satellite controlled. It's essentially going to be like Voyager, but it's a capsule. The same capsule they were in, kind of. Recovered. Kind of. Pretending. And it's going to be sent into deep space. Just absolutely sent. I know the first one we do here is a complete failure, but we're going to bring you along with it. We do launch it and get decently high up in the air. However, we lose control because there's no batteries on board. Or actually, this happens. Everything goes wrong here. Try to launch it anyways, just to kind of test it out, check out the stages. I guess, the bottom things didn't really connect for whatever reason. It's a pretty heavy vessel. Just gonna flop right on over and got a good explosion going on. Here we are gonna try it again. I do believe this one locks up and becomes inoperable, but I don't know, that might be the next episode. I can't remember here. This one might be completely operable. We'll see. It's on fire. Perfect. And yep, it's operable. We are heading into deep space, trying to get ourselves out of the sun's influence, and we do successfully. Straight from the surface. An amazing feat. This will become the furthest distance vessel in the name of the 3 Kerbals that lost their lives on the mission to Minmus. The orbiter that is orbiting Minmus is going to become another grave site for those lost, and we will land it back on the surface of Minmus one of these days at the base, and that will become a tribute to those lost in the early missions on our save. Rest in peace. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. This thing's going to go flying away. Stay tuned for the next episode. We will be going to a distant planet, I believe is what I have set up for the next episode. It's at least in the next 2 episodes. We're going to be going to a distant planet for the first time. And also going to be working on the space station. I'm going to be making a science station for science. We're going to build it old school style with a space shuttle where it is not populated until it's completely done. We're going to be launching piece by piece the space station and build it. It's going to be pretty rad, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're relaxed and whatnot, and hopefully you're just asleep, I guess, at this point. It's ASMR. Thank you guys very much for watching, and you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.